Hi everyone, today is the 3-month ownership of the BYD. So we're just at the service centre here in Castle Hill. We'll do the 5,000 kilometre service. Nothing much has gone wrong with the car, so I think I got a reverse sensor that sometimes stays on a bit too often. But see what they say when they have a look at the car. Should only be 1 hour. Just in the BYD showroom at Castle Hill, and haven't seen a red one yet, so here's one in the flesh. So yeah, it's pretty, don't know if you can see, it's fairly dark red when there's not much light, but when there's a lot of light it's bright red. So, is there any metallic in this one? Hard to say, can't really see it. Yeah. But yes, probably a favourite colour. One of the best colours, I would say. BYD look like they got some of the merchandise. I wonder if this actually fits in the car. If it does. So, apparently not for sale yet. Here's some Blade batteries for anyone who doesn't know what a Blade battery looks like. And just speaking to one of the guys here, he said there's 126 in the extended range. And the same batteries in the normal range, but I think he said there's 70 something batteries. So we just took an hour to do the 5,000k service, so apparently nothing wrong with the car, no paperwork or anything, so we're good to go. So just did our free month 5,000k service at Castle Hill. Didn't really hear anything about the car, so don't know if they're gonna email us or send any information. So yeah, I got a new sticker though, and next service is in a year's time, 20,000 Ks. So I just wanted today to talk about owning a car now for 3 months, and just seeing if it's after 3 months, how do I feel about the car, and what's good and what's bad, and what's happened since the 12 months I've been looking at EVs. Is there any better ones that have come up available? So the only other thing I can see that's a real competitor to this car at the moment, it's been 12 months and I'm pretty disappointed there's not that many cars coming out around a $50,000 price range. It looks like it's only going to be the MG ZF's EV, which I'm pretty sure this car is far superior to that car in battery life and power and features. And then you have the new MG4, which looks pretty good, but it's not an SUV, it's just a sedan. So, and yeah, so that's probably the only other good contender for this car. So at the moment, I think the Atto3 is still after 12 months in Australia anyway, it's still the best value EV. It's got the LFP batteries, which seem to be the longest lasting batteries. And considering most people are still quoting like $20,000 to get a battery replaced, you want to make sure you got the best batteries you can buy, and the ones that are going to last the longest. And that's, everybody seems to think LFP are going to be far superior to the ternary batteries or nickel, manganese, cobalt batteries. So yes, so another good reason to buy the BYD. You're getting the best batteries. Yeah, so just going on with the batteries, you've seen the video of the batteries at Castle Hill, and Yeah, I believe there's about 100 of those cells in a 60 kilowatt version. There's about 76. The sales guy told me. Not sure if he's right or not. The maths doesn't really add up. But yeah, so, and another good thing about so since driving an EV, if anybody's driven an EV, they know that they're just way ahead of petrol cars when it comes to road trips and cruising and stuff like that. So I think I've said it before, but doing two 1,000k road trips, one in an EV and one in the ice, there's just no comparison. It's just it's more comfortable driving an EV, and the amount of safety features this car has, the autonomous or autonomous electric braking, or I don't know, AEB braking, is never really noticed it until just a couple of days ago. Came on twice, and I guess it's thinking I'm a bit too much of a confident driver now. So, but so with that feature, like a lot of people are saying, oh, you should have the passenger, the pedestrian warning system. But if you got this braking technology, there's no need to. You're never going to hit a pedestrian because the car's always going to stop. These sort of features should be put on cars that don't have autonomous emergency braking. So that's my 2 cents about that subject. And again, this car, like, I've been averaging 15 kilowatt hours. Let's have a look at where we're at now. Can't do it now because I'm charging. No. Anyway, normally I can scroll through the menu, but unfortunately I'm charging and it doesn't let me do that. It's surprising. Didn't know that. There you go. You learn something new every day about these cars. But yeah, I can tell you that for the last 5,000 Ks, I don't drive slow. I drive this car pretty fast, pretty hard, and I've been averaging 15 kilowatt hours per 100 Ks. And I'll sit on 110 with the cruise control on. I'll go up hills at 110. I don't try and try to get this car to be efficient or try and get the most out of it. And why should I? I mean, electricity's so cheap. You don't need to worry about driving lightly. It's only $20 to fill the tank. So anybody, when I had a petrol car and it was costing me $100 to fill the tank, yeah, sure, I was being careful. I wasn't going to push the car too hard because that petrol would disappear real quick. But electricity, you don't need to worry about. The cost of driving is so low that we every weekend now we go driving somewhere, where before I thought, it's going to cost me $30-40 in fuel. I don't really want to drive on the weekend. But so the electric cars certainly encourage you to drive more. And it's fun driving an electric car, I've got to say. I don't really find any pleasure in driving petrol cars. I didn't drive any Porsches or anything. That would probably be fun. But just in general, SUV petrol cars just aren't fun to drive, where this car is very fun to drive. I really enjoy, I'm really loving driving again. I really enjoy getting in the car driving, and before I was never like that. Another good point about after 3 months of using these cameras on this car, I don't think I would want to go back to using. I've driven cars without cameras. It's not fun because you lose those skills about how to park and all that sort of stuff. So I'll show you, for anybody who hasn't seen the cameras on the car. Let's see if I can get them to come on. Alright, vehicle image. So someone was saying the Ioniq 5 doesn't have cameras like this. The resolution on these cameras is amazing. And so there we're sitting on the roof of a car park charging the car. You can see the cable going on the ground to where the charger is. So and what have we got out? Got side camera. What else? We'll take off 3D and just the front camera. Yeah, so if you're driving, that's the image you get, and it's full, probably around 30 frames a second, maybe 20, something like that when you're driving. So, and then the side camera. Oh, both sides. I've never done that one, left and right. You can see the wheel there, and I'll actually. I can't turn the wheel. I can't turn the wheel when you're charging either. There you go. All these things you find out later. So yeah, the cameras. I haven't seen. There probably is cars with as good as cameras as this, but I've only seen a Mercedes has good cameras like this. I haven't seen any $50,000 cars that have these type of cameras. What else? Yeah, so sat in the MG4, fully charged. Had to play with the touchscreen. Didn't really like it. Got to say, it's a very small screen. No icons. Yeah, I'm sure it's an Android-based system and all that, but yeah, from the limited time I had with it, I found the screen to be very small. Wasn't really impressed. So compared to other SUVs, the BYD was way faster than any petrol SUV that's available in Australia at the moment by a second or two, I believe. So there's no real comparison there. I still think buying this car was a good decision, and still very happy with it. Just going to the styling, so the only other car, you can see a Tesla Model Y beside us here. I think they're a bit of a bubble on wheels. It doesn't really appeal to me. Sure, I really like the Model Y, the Model 3, sorry, but yeah, I'm not a fan of the Model Y. I like this style of car. I think it's quite nice. And the only other one that's come out, that Chery have just bought out their Armada car, which I think was going to be a good competitor for BYD, but from what I can see, they're not bringing out any EVs. They're just bringing the petrol ones out, petrol turbo 1.2, and they're saying it's a fast car, and it does 0 to 100 in like 9.9 seconds. It's only 3 seconds slower than this car. No one's gonna. Oh, I know the price is cheaper, I guess, but I was really hoping that they'd bring the EV version out, but hopefully that'll come at some stage. Could be another year or two. Who knows? Okay, now we get to the fun part. What's bad? What don't I like about the car? So I've got to say, I'm not a real fan of the cruise control. I had it worked out a month or two ago, and then I've just tried to use it again on some road trips we've been doing, and I found it really hard to remember how to use the damn thing. So it's not very intuitive, and it's not easy to use. Because after a month, you kind of forget how to use it. And the same. I'm not a fan of the collision warning that comes on every time you leave a roundabout. If you've got parked cars on the side of the road, the collision warning comes on, and the maps are just, there's too many. Well, it says every school zone is a speed camera, and it's too many false speed camera warnings, and there's no time for school zones. So every time a school zone goes on, every time you go through a school zone, no matter what time it is, it warns you it's school zone. So, and okay, what else don't I like? I haven't had many issues. I've probably had a problem with the charge door. Yeah, I haven't had many issues with the car, so just the software. So just going back to the maps, I reckon it must be at least 10 times now I've had to go into the maps and turn on avoid highways. Turn that off. Every time it starts up, it goes to avoid highways, which is annoying. So the small LCD screen, I find sometimes the writing is a little bit small on this one, and I'm always struggling to try and work out what warning symbols, and when you're using the cruise control, it's got a white background, so it's really hard to work out what it is it's trying to tell you. So yeah, also I've had to modify the seat a bit to make it comfortable, the seat. So I bought this padding from Kmart. I think it was $16, and yeah, because the headrest protrudes a bit, which a lot of people don't like, but yeah, it's no problem now with that headrest. Yeah, and if the cup holders aren't really crash hot, so yeah, every time we both have drinks, it's a bit of a struggle. So and also, yeah, I've got to say that warranty is pretty poor on some of these cars, because a lot of people are already having issues with their 12-volt batteries. So if your car's 12 months old and your battery goes flat, it's pretty well up to you to buy a new battery, which I think is pretty poor form for a new car. And also there's some issues with the air conditioning compressors don't seem to be that well made. So I'm going to try and be very nice and talk to the BYD and see if it can recognize my voice, because it really struggles with my voice, or some people say I'm talking too pompous to the screen and all that. So hi BYD, hi BYD. See, it doesn't pick me up at all. It doesn't like me. Son, do you want to say something?
Hi BYD.
See, picks her voice up straight away, but my voice doesn't really like it. Cancel. Can you say cancel?
Cancel.
So yeah, hi BYD. Everybody's saying I'm doing something wrong. Hi BYD. Hi BYD. It just doesn't. Yeah, it should pick up. I don't think I think I speak pretty clearly, and I have no idea why it's not picking me up.
Hey BYD.
See, look at that. Something weird's going on there. The software's just not. It's just not like Siri or Android, where it can pretty much understand anybody's accent. So I'm pretty sure that there's the microphone just next to the glove box for the left-hand side, and over on the right-hand side, there's another microphone for the right-hand side. So maybe I'll just try and speak towards that from now on. Try and get some recognition. Let's just try it now. BYD. Hey, I got it. Look, I've solved the problem. So yeah, so from now on, I'm just gonna try and angle my voice around the steering wheel and into the microphone down here.
Try me again.
So after 3 months of owning the car, would I buy this car again? I think, yeah, I would, because there's nothing else on the market that can compete with this car at the moment. I mean, the only other car I'd probably consider would be the MG ZS EV. Yeah, I think I would have feel robbed if I bought that car, because it just doesn't have anywhere near the features this car has. So, and the battery is so much better in these cars. Yeah, I wouldn't be road tripping on a car with a smaller battery than this. It'd just be too annoying if you have to stop every 200 k's to fill up. This car, we're filling up around 250, 280. So if you've already subscribed to the channel, thanks very much. Probably grown a lot. A lot of people have been watching the videos, which is really good. So hoping to bring you some more videos in the future. So yeah, if you could just like and subscribe, please, so help my channel grow, so I can make more content, get some better tech, better iPhone, some microphones, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, so I'll see you on the next Atto free video.